Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Wednesday, February the 1st. Now we had 9 games for today, but I think we actually had one game get postponed, the Wizards and Pistons game, so we're down to an 8-game slate, but still a decent amount of games for Wednesday. I got 2 picks I like for today, guys, kind of taking a first look at the board right now when I'm recording this video. But as always, though, before we do get started talking through the 2 picks I like for today, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. If you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you have never checked out Prizepicks before, you can actually sign up for Prizepicks and use my promo code Noah. If you look at the bottom of the screen, when you sign up with promo code Noah, Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100. And I think yesterday Prizepicks announced they have a free square available for the Super Bowl, so that's pretty cool. There's a free square promo available. Patrick Mahomes passing yards set at 0.5. This will be available, I think, all the way until Saturday night at midnight. It looks like that's when it goes away. So you have pretty much until like next weekend to use this promo. Plenty of time to get something in. Probably, if I had to guess, it's like a $20 or $25 limit, but it's a free pick Prizepicks is giving you, and you just have to find any other pick you like to pair with that. You can pair 1 pick, make a 2-pick entry. You can pair up to 5 picks, make a 6-pick entry, potentially win 25 extra money if you like to go for those higher payouts. And on Prizepicks, you don't have to play the same sports. You can mix and match sports. So even though this is an NFL free square, you can still pair it with NBA picks. So definitely give Prizepicks a try. Make sure to use that promo code Noah when you do sign up. And again, guys, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100, and take advantage of this Patrick Mahomes free square that is available for the Super Bowl, which is next Sunday. But before we talk through the 2 NBA picks I like for today, I do want to recap our 2 plays from yesterday. So we gave out 2 picks yesterday, hit 1 and missed 1, which is kind of the theme of this week. It seems like I feel like every day so far we've gave out 2 picks and we've hit 1 and missed 1. We hit the LaMelo Ball over fantasy score. LaMelo had like an unreal game yesterday. I think he had a triple-double, had like almost 70 fantasy points. He went over his fantasy score at halftime. He had like 45 fantasy points at halftime. I was obviously not expecting that good of a game from LaMelo, but good to see him have a good game. He went well over his fantasy score. Unfortunately, though, we took the over on Anthony Davis's fantasy score, and man, I felt really good about the play. I really liked the spot for Anthony Davis. Once it was announced he was in the starting lineup, I felt like we were going to get pretty full minutes from him, and I definitely thought his fantasy score projection was a little bit too low if he played his full minutes. And we got like 35, 36 minutes. The game went to overtime, so he played a little bit extra. So I guess we can't really complain. He got full minutes. He just didn't he didn't get there. He finished with like 40.9 or 40 point something fantasy points. Needed like 2 fantasy points from him. And it's super annoying because I think Anthony Davis went over like almost all of his props except for fantasy score. He went over his points prop, his PRA, his points plus rebounds, points plus assists, I think. Rebounds plus assists, he didn't go over that, but a lot of his other props he went over except fantasy score. He had 5 turnovers, which really killed him. He averages like 2 turnovers per game, but he had 5 turnovers yesterday. And obviously when you take fantasy score, the one downside is that you do lose a point per turnover. I was not expecting Anthony Davis to have 5 turnovers yesterday. He came up just short of his fantasy score, which is super annoying. And that cost me a ton of money yesterday. I posted this picture on Twitter. It was 4 plays actually. I had a 5-pick entry, a 4-pick power entry, and then I had 2 6-pick flex entries. All of them had Anthony Davis. So like instead of getting 10x for this, I got 2x. Instead of getting 25x for this, I got 2x. Instead of getting 10x for this, I got nothing because this was a power play. And then instead of getting 25x for this, I got 2x. So like, man, 2.3 more fantasy points from Anthony Davis yesterday, and that's the difference between me winning like $1,500 and like $50. So those type of swings, man, they suck. I like to play the 6 picks every now and then, but man, when you get the 5 out of 6, the difference between 2x and 25x is just like so massive. So that was super unfortunate. I had a lot of 6-pick and 5-pick entries yesterday with Anthony Davis in them, and that cost me a ton of money, but it is what it is, guys. We move on to Wednesday's slate. Hopefully, no guys, we'll come up short today. Hopefully, we can have all of our plays hit, or if we take an under, hopefully they'll go under. But for 2 plays I like today, they're both going to be overs. Got a fantasy score prop I like for today, and then I have a rebounds plus assist prop I like for today. And again, guys, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, you want more Prizepicks plays from me, I do give those out over on Patreon. The plays that you see that I used in these entries, these are all my Patreon plays. Obviously, the LaMelo Ball and the Anthony Davis play I gave out on YouTube yesterday. The Mobley, Ingram, and Brunson plays. Those were my 3 plays I shared on Patreon, and then I kind of paired those with the tacos from Taco Tuesday. But again, if you want more Prizepicks plays from me, we did hit all 3 of our Patreon plays yesterday. I do give those out on Patreon. I give a full write-up for each play I provide on Patreon. Check that out, linked down below in the description if you are interested. But the first fantasy score prop I like for today, going to be a guy that I don't know if we've played too often this season, but I like his line for today. I think this line's a little bit too low. I want to talk about Eric Gordon's fantasy score. It sits at 24.5 on Prizepicks, and I like the over here for Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon's going to be in line for a much bigger role today. He had a big role last game against Detroit, put up 36.5 fantasy points. He played about 33.5 minutes in that game. The reason I like this Eric Gordon prop for today, though, is that the Rockets are going to be pretty thin in the backcourt. Kevin Porter Jr. is still out, and they don't have Jalen Green either, so they're going to be missing both Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green. Both those guys were out last game. It is worth noting that Şengün was also out last game, but Şengün is back for today. But even with Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green off the floor this season, Eric Gordon has a 27.3% usage rate, which is second highest on the team, right behind Josh Christopher. His usage rate's at 27.4%. So the usage rate for Eric Gordon has been great, and he's averaging 0.96 fantasy points per minute. So he's averaging close to a fantasy point per minute in the minutes that he's played without both Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green. His usage goes up 9%. His fantasy points per minute go from like 0.7 to almost 1, which is a huge jump. So on average, when Eric Gordon plays 30 minutes without Kevin Porter Jr. or Jalen Green on the floor, he's going to come close to around 30 fantasy points. In last game, he played 33.5 minutes. I think we'll probably see low 30s minutes once again here for Eric Gordon. And the Rockets, they kind of need some offense right now. Without KPJ, without Jalen Green, those were kind of the 2 highest usage guys on this team. So you're going to see a lot of Eric Gordon, a lot of Şengün, a lot of Josh Christopher off the bench. You'll probably see Jabari Smith soaking up some usage, but I think Eric Gordon's going to have a big role today. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, and 24.5 fantasy score. This line just feels too low for Eric Gordon. He's going to play 30 plus minutes if this game's competitive. He should average close to a fantasy point per minute. His usage has been great without these 2 guards on the floor, and he's been a guy that has shown that when he has to take on a bigger role, he can do that. He can soak up usage. He can handle the ball. I think he had like 7 assists last game. He had like over 20 points. Like, we could definitely see him, handling the ball a lot. So his assist numbers could be really good. They're probably going to run a lot of, pick and roll with him and Şengün, a lot of 2-man games. So that's the first play I like for today. Eric Gordon, 24.5 fantasy score, taking him to go over that line. Another reason I kind of like this play as well, I usually get scared to take Rockets props, and hopefully I don't jinx anything here, but I usually get scared to take Rockets props because they get blown out a lot. But given they're playing OKC today, I know OKC has been playing pretty well this season. I think this is a game, though, that should be competitive. Right now, the spread is sitting at, the spread is sitting at 5.5. This game does have a pretty high total as well, 232.5 total, 5.5 point spread. This game should be competitive, I think. You have 2 pretty mediocre teams going up against each other, even though the Rockets are a little bit shorthanded here. Hopefully they keep this game close. If they do, and Eric Gordon plays 30 plus minutes, I feel pretty good about him going over 24.5 fantasy score. So that is the first pick that I like for today. And then the second pick I like is a rebounds plus assist prop. We're going to go back to a guy that we've played before this season. I like his line for today. Draymond Green, 15.5 rebounds plus assist. And I do want to mention that if you look at Draymond Green's props for today, so this happened last time I took his rebounds plus assist. So his points plus rebounds is also at 15.5. His points plus assist is also at 15.5, and then his rebounds plus assist is at 15.5. Make sure you're taking rebounds plus assist. That's the prop that I like. And the reason I like this prop is that over their last 5 games, we've seen the Warriors go small, play Draymond at the 5. They've been starting Steph, Clay, Poole, Wiggins, and Draymond as that's been their starting lineup over their last 5 games. Now, there was one game against Toronto, I think it was, that game against Toronto, Andrew Wiggins did not play, so they actually started Kevon Looney in that game. But every other game against OKC, against Memphis, against Brooklyn, and against Boston, those games have all been with this starting lineup. And in those games, Draymond has had, so against Boston, he had 13 rebounds and 9 assists, so he had 22 rebounds plus assists. Against Brooklyn, he had 18 rebounds plus assists. Against Memphis, he had 20 rebounds plus assists. And then last game against OKC, he had 21 rebounds plus assists. The game against Toronto, he had 14, and he came up just short. And I think I think with Kevon Looney starting that game, that definitely hurt Draymond a little bit. His rebounding numbers will definitely take a hit when he's playing with Kevon Looney, but obviously right now he's not playing with Kevon Looney that much. They've kind of been splitting the center minutes. Obviously Draymond has been starting at center. And you look over this 5-game stretch since they made the starting lineup change, Draymond's rebounds and assist numbers have been great. Not just the averages, but also the potentials. So on the season, Draymond is averaging rebound-wise, he's averaging 7.3 rebounds per game and 11.8 rebound chances per game. That's just for the season. You take a look over his last 5 games, and they've been way up. He's averaging 13.3 rebound chances per game and 10 rebounds per game. So his rebounding numbers have seen a spike. And then you look at his potential assists. So on the season, he's leading the team in potential assists per game, 13.7 potential assists per game, averaging 7 assists per game. Over his last 5 games since they made the starting lineup change, he's averaging 15.5 potential assists per game and 8.3 assists per game. So his assist numbers and his rebound numbers have both seen a big spike with, or his assist numbers and rebound numbers have both spiked with this starting lineup change. Having Draymond at the 5 increases his rebound opportunities because he's kind of like the biggest guy on the floor. And then you look at who he's playing with. He's playing with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins. These are all very good shooters. Draymond is not a guy that is looking to score when he's on the floor. He's looking to facilitate, to get the ball to those shooters. And that really helps his assist numbers when he's playing with a lot of these shooters. So his rebounding numbers should be good starting at the 5. His assist numbers should be good playing with a lot of these really good shooters. And you look at this season when you've had all 5 of those guys on the floor together. So Draymond, Steph, Wiggins, Klay, and Poole, they've been on the floor together for 140 minutes this season. In that sample, Draymond is averaging 11 rebounds and 8.5 assists per 36. So I feel pretty good about this rebound plus assist prop. Obviously there's plenty of ways Draymond could go over this. He could have like 10 rebounds and 6 assists. He could have 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 12 assists, 4 rebounds. The matchup for rebounds is I wouldn't say it's the best going up against Rudy Gobert, but if Draymond's going to be playing the 5, he's going to have to be under the basket grabbing boards. He's going to be the biggest guy on the floor for Golden State. And his rebound numbers, you look at him lately, they've been really, really good, as well as his assist numbers. So I like kind of combining the two and taking the over 15.5 rebounds plus assists as our second play for today. But that'll be what I run, guys. 2-pick entry that I like, kind of taking a first look at the board right now. As always, I will be sharing a few more plays for today. I'll be sharing those over on Patreon. I'll have to take a look at the board again, see if I can find any more plays I like. I will provide a full write-up for each play I give out on Patreon, so check that out. Linked down below in the description if you are interested. But I do wish you guys the best of luck today. Make sure you hit that like button. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys, again, are new to the channel, if you've never checked out Prizepicks before, you can sign up for Prizepicks. You can use my promo code NOAH, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching the video as always, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.